got the troops there and they homed on to him. So it was the affiliation to that particular tribe, it was the behavior. Similar is the story with Osama bin Laden or so many others. So now when this kind of behavior has now become cyber behavior, and affiliations have shifted from tribes, families, geographical areas to Twitter, Facebook, darknet, dark web and all those things. Cyber criminals do leave their trails as far as their behavior is concerned. So these are very key issues which you need to think about, other than what is being talked about as far as putting all the security measures in place, awareness, so many other things. So I would reiterate that Mahabharata, Chanakya, the teachings of Sun Tzu to military tactics, they are as relevant today as they were earlier, and they will continue to be relevant. It's only the dimensions, the manifestations which are changing, and we need to be aware of that. So therefore, when we talk about health today, we should talk about our physical health, mental health, emotional health, and maybe probably adding another dimension is our cyber health. And that should be the emphasis which should be given to even the security, We talk about, going for courses for self-defense, learning karate and all these things. There should be, the awareness level has to be so great today, or the degree of spread of awareness against this menace has to be such that everyone has to know what is to be done as far as cyber awareness is concerned. So it is, that it is not just physical self-defense, it is the cyber self-defense. And then only probably what a safe society, what we are talking about, that notion can be reached. But then it is a cat and mouse game. As technology evolves, as safety measures evolve, the measures to break that security probably evolve faster than that, because the people who are working in these kind of organizations which build these kind of cyber tools, probably some of them, again, nature, human nature, out of various motivations, they choose a different path and they go towards a haywire path. And they are the ones who know the vulnerabilities, and they are the ones who can actually break the vulnerabilities. So therefore, again, the awareness has to catch up. So as was again brought out in the morning, the dimension of cybersecurity, or the notion of cybersecurity basically hinges around 3-4 phases. One is awareness. It's a very big thing. Awareness of how to mitigate the risk, what are the precautions to be taken at the personal level, and then awareness as to when an incident happens, what is to be done. That is the post-incident level. That is also very important. I would also like to give you some facts that the Department of Electronics and Information Technology, Government of India, to which we belong to as CDAC, they have come up with a very, very ambitious program under Information Security, Education and Awareness, wherein they have kept a budget of 100 crores and involved about 52 organizations, including CDAC, IITs, IIITs, NITs, NILIT, to spread this notion of information security, awareness and education, and to target the entire cross-section of society, government officials, school children, college children, and to tell them as to what are the risks involved, how to mitigate them, the do's and don'ts of basic behavior as far as accessing your personal devices, your mobiles, your laptops, and so many other things. So the target is 1,14,000 almost persons to be trained, about 13 or 15,000 government officials in 5 years, creation of mass information security awareness. Now this is what I'm saying is captive training, very focused training in a classroom kind of a thing. But when we are conducting mass information security awareness programs in colleges and other places, the target is to reach about 3 crore people in these 4-5 years, internet users. So this program is going on, and it's a very ambitious program. We have already had about 276 awareness programs, 103 education programs, and 53 government official training programs. Now, besides this, there is, I would come to the last point and then come to the middle point, because I would not be dwelling too much upon the middle point, which other speakers have already told you about, that what are the measures to be taken within organizations to protect yourself, or the protective measures, your firewalls and so on and so forth. We are also coming up with our own operating system, the Bharat operating system, which is a Linux variant, and defense and government is adopting BOSS to a large extent. So that is another very great step towards ensuring security, ensuring self-sufficiency as far as the operating system is concerned. Now, besides that, the government of India has thought about, especially the northeastern states. We have established labs, cyber forensic labs in all the police districts in the northeastern states. And we have given not only cyber security awareness training, but also cyber forensic training to the police in the northeastern states. The syllabus has been specifically designed so that we can target the person with a very, very rudimentary knowledge of computers. Because it is very important that when a cyber incident happens, as to how to collect cyber evidence, that is the basic issue. In case you go wrong in collecting cyber evidence from the site, then you have lost the case. Because ultimately you have to bring the culprit to the book. And the culprit is brought to the book taking the aid of law. And you have the IT Act in place, you have the IPC and the CRPC in place. And to prove the person guilty, you have to actually collect the evidence in such a fashion that he cannot go and say that no, you have doctored the evidence, or the evidence has been altered. Because evidence has to be collected in the way it is there at that place. So very, very simple things, we have prepared lists of do's and don'ts. We have a police officer amongst us probably who will be speaking more about that, as to how to collect cyber evidence, and how to seize, what are the forms to be filled, how to present it in court, all those things. And we have gone a step ahead. We have also done similar training for the members of the judiciary. Because when a case is being presented in court, the judiciary, the lawyers, the prosecutors, the judges, they need to appreciate how this case has, the evidence has been collected, how it is being presented, what is the process which has been gone through, is it the correct process or not. So all these things, taking care of all these things, these curriculums have been designed, and we have taken the experts of very eminent people from national law universities and so many other places, expert lawyers, and a very good, very concise curriculum has been designed. So this kind of measures are in place. But there has to be consistency, there has to be scaling up of these kind of measures, because this cannot be the end of the thing. It is just the start. So I'm just bringing out to you that the government is thinking on these lines, but the scale has to be much larger. So this was the dimension of, I was saying, the cyber forensic aspect. And we have also started now thinking about, because now most of the thing has gone onto the cloud, people are keeping their data, their operations on the cloud. So what are the kind of vulnerabilities a cloud is suffering from? Cloud is again a virtual, absolutely virtual domain, where there is a lot of abstraction. A person goes, creates a virtual machine, does his job, that virtual machine is destroyed and there is no trace left of him. There is another person who goes, he knows where that virtual machine has left its trace. Somewhere it is there. He takes advantage of that trace left by that virtual machine, does a crime, comes out, and probably the person who had actually done a proper job using the earlier virtual machine may get caught. So these are the things which are now coming into our domain, and we are not only now studying more and more about the kinds of attacks possible in a cloud, in a public cloud, because we have open stacks available. The government is functioning on open cloud stacks. We are also thinking about now cloud forensics. When you are operating on the cloud, how to collect the logs, the information which is generated out of the activity. You know, in a normal networked environment, everything is available, it is very well thought about. But in a cloud, how to collect all this information together, keep it in a forensically sealed place where you can use it later if a crime is reported. So these are certain things which are going on, and a lot of effort is being paid on all these issues, and the government is very, very much alive to the threat. And you would be glad to know that these kind of things are happening. So I would be coming back to the, the middle domain of protection, which I feel that it's adequate. As far as I am concerned, the measures are adequate. A lot of measures are being taken to protect your data. But of course, my colleagues may feel otherwise. If you feel that your data is secure, it is not, well, maybe. But I think as far as most of you are concerned, you are having a good night's sleep. I feel you're looking quite contented and happy. So I feel that the cybersecurity measures are in place. So I would say that yes, everything has to be done. People have to evolve. So the systems are evolving. The people whose business is to find out the risks and to plug those holes which are there, they are working round the clock. So those areas are being taken care of. But in case we take care of this area of awareness, I think a lot can be achieved, because awareness is something which is again, which is hinging on our behavior, on our cyber behavior. In case we are able to become disciplined as far as our cyber behavior is concerned, a lot of crime can be prevented. We can go a long way in teaching our, today's younger generation, which I think live more in the cyber world than in the real world, as to what to do and what not to do. So that there lies the key, the awareness. And then the cyber forensics, the awareness of after something has happened, how to trace it out, how to bring the culprits to the book. Now that is the specific job of the security agencies, the law enforcement agencies. And also the people who are affected, they also got to know something about it, so that they can help the law enforcement and the security agencies in bringing the culprits to the book. Well, unless and until you and me are aware as to, after some incident has happened, how to go and report, how to help the person getting the evidence, it is very difficult for the law enforcement agency to get that particular thing. If some clues are given, well, it's great. The case can be solved in much lesser time. Well, these are the certain thoughts I wanted to bring in front of you, and thank you very much for this opportunity of speaking to you. Thank you.
Now I would request Sri Kunal Siddharth from Kolkata Police.
Hello. Very good afternoon to all the respected ladies and gentlemen and the eminent panelists. I am from the law enforcement agency. As a official of the cyber police station of Kolkata Police, we are encountering some real life problems. The people are coming to our office along with various cyber problems with different dimensions. Hello. 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 Am I audible? Actually, here I want to share some of my real life experience, what we are encountering in our day-to-day work. The people are coming, various types of cyber-related problem. Actually, in this era, we have to use the internet. We are really compelled to use the internet, but we have to use it very cautiously. It's for the corporate bodies, for cyber crime, creating the not only creating the problems inside corporate bodies, but it's creating the problem in the every sphere of in social lives. So many people are coming, mostly the women, mostly the ladies, the teenage girls, the middle-aged women are coming to our PS with the problem related to the Facebook, related to WhatsApp, and related to the fund transfer. Actually, there is some basic things. There is some basic things to use the internet. If we keep it our mind to some basic security aspect to use the internet, we can get rid of ourselves to be a victim of cybercrime. Actually, in India, we used a land phone, but now we are using the Android phones. Here is a great transformation, but we are not prepared. We are not prepared ourselves to be secure ourselves from the cyber criminals. Okay. Some major frauds are occurring in the today's day. Data theft for the corporate bodies and the fund diversions. Data theft. Some major frauds, data theft is a major case of data theft include violation of policies, uploading confidential information into cloud without permissions, theft of digital signature, data theft using USB drives, theft of digital signatures. Today's the corporate bodies all are using the digital signatures, but theft of digital signature creating so many problems. Here we register some of the cases regarding this. There is a case studies of the data theft. An industrial cable manufacturer company used to participate in an e-tender process of different government organizations for supplying the same. One accused person, being the employee of the company, he have the possession of the digital signature certificate and all the username and the password. All the username and the password. But due to some personal reason, that the person changes the bid of that particular company, and as a result, the company suffered a huge loss. To take revenge, he made some changes in the unit rate of the question final bid, which was placed by the company in the online portal of the Indian Railway e-procurement system for rupees 1135 per unit industrial cable to rupees 1 per unit. So, victim company suffered a huge considerable loss. Here, another case study of the data theft is that one international BPO company in Kolkata was victim to data theft via USB device. The company has an agreement with a US company to perform market survey in respect of consumable capital goods in a specific area in the US. But one of the employee have saved the data through the USB device and sell it to the other organization. By this, the victim company suffered a huge losses. Not only that, there is so many cases of fund diversion that in the case of both exporter and importer are affected. Actually, some of the exporter and importer of the Indian of the Kolkata, they are affected by the fund diversion company. What is going on there? The cyber criminal, they are creating a look-alike email. They are creating a look-alike email, or they are creating a look-alike domain. And they monitor the email transaction, email communication in between the importer and the exporter. And after that, they change the invoice and the invoice profile. After that, they ask the exporter and importer to delete the file to another guy which is not under control of the original receiver, which is under control of the hackers. In that way, so many companies, so many exporter or importer of the Kolkata, they suffered a huge losses. Here, so many exporters, like the leather exporter of the Baltala Taratala, they suffered a huge losses. suppose there is a company named TCS. They must have their own domain, TCS.com or TCS.in is here. But the query comes from the TCS.com.in. But they don't recognize the things. As a result, they remit the fund to the another bank account as they suffer huge losses. Cybercrime, in that cybercrime affecting the social lives. What I have told, among people, mostly ladies, are coming to us regarding the problem associated with the Facebook. What we are doing, we are uploading all the personal information into the Facebook, to the WhatsApp. In the other hand, in our Facebook, we don't know who is a real man or not. Because we are living in a virtual world. This man said as a request, I accept the request, and as per his request, I share all of my personal information regarding my phone numbers, regarding my home address, and all the things. The problem are creating from this end. I am giving an example. One college girl studying in a very reputed college of Kolkata. He has a Facebook friend of Bangalore. The boys pretend to him as he is working in Infosys. And the chatting is going on. After 2 or 3 days, that relation is going on in the Facebook. The teenage girl shared his phone number, shared his home addresses, all to his other workplace. After some days, the boys of the other hand, he gives some bad proposal. But the lady doesn't accept all the things. After that, the problem started. But the boys have her phone number, have her residence addresses, have her father workplace address also. At first, he started from politics. He started her politics and residence. When the lady blocked him, after the boy came to his residence directly. And the boy came to his father workplace also. After that, the lady came to us and lodged a complaint. And after that, we caught a person. But in what happened? The 1 year has been lost from his college. This is a good one. Not only that, 2 days we are encountering a little bit problem associated with WhatsApp. Some people have got some ladies, they are getting some messages from unknown numbers to the WhatsApp. The hackers, by the sender, told that lady, I have some naked image or naked photo of you. I am sending to you. If you don't follow me or if you don't follow my demand, I will give you the internet. So many problems are coming here. Our suggestion is that don't respond to them all the hackers because they are all fake and they don't have any photos of you. They only morph your photo. They can make a doctoral image of your photo which was taken from your Facebook. Sometimes we got a WhatsApp from the Howrah area. There is a very peculiar app within the WhatsApp, within the Google Play Store. Named up colors, down because down. From this app, the boss says he collects all the WhatsApp number of the ladies, and after collecting the number of the ladies, he says that same messages you please implement. Otherwise, I will publish it. I will upload objection image data. But so there is so many apps there. Not only there, so many spoofing, so many applications by using you can make a spoofing fault for them. There is so many things. But apart from all this, we are facing the problem. 90% problem is related to facing and WhatsApp. We are from the Kolkata police part, we are organizing so many cyber security awareness programs in different schools, in a different college and different if you share anything or if you upload anything, so many people, so many persons can view your things, what you have uploaded. Okay, some basic things. Not only that, suppose, and there is another problem here in that job cheating. The people who the engineering pass out, or the people who just pass out from the colleges, they register their name in the monster.com, their naukri.com, and everywhere. The first, they are collecting their particulars from that website and send them to the letters, and they created the look alike email ID, which is just look alike of already organization. Suppose a person getting a mail from Infosys, but it's interesting thing that Infosys has its own domain, but they got the email from the Infosys Asia@gmail.com. After that, he asked that you are selected for our interview processes. You have to deposit some money. By this way, that monster collecting the money and give some innocent people. As a for the Kolkata police, our motto is to go to the college, schools, and different arena to educate the people regarding the cyber security awareness. Here, I know all the learning people are here, but as a government agency, what we have seen that the situation is very alarming. We know all the things, we know how to do it, but sometimes we forget all the things. I know you or some of the people, most of the people who got the telephone calls from a person who discuss identified as police from a bad person. I know most of the people who are getting the calls. Your ATM card your ATM card was blocked. And you just share your ATM card number. After that, they ask the OTP number. Most of the people they share the OTP number and they share the all others share. But I know all of us know all the major banks or major institutes, they don't ask for personal information. Another thing that